Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today I wanted to do a sit down chit chat video talking to you guys about pretty much going out as a family, going out into public places, going to parties, socializing. I know that it can be hard for us to go out with our kiddos sometimes because some of our kids have behavior problems, sensory problems, or things like that, just things that affect our children that prevent us from being able to do family gatherings, going to the supermarket, going to the mall, just in general, going out as a family. So I know that a lot of you guys sometimes ask me, is it hard to go out with Christian? How do we go out with Christian so much, traveling and things like that? So I wanted to sit down and make a quick little video just talking about it. To start off with, Christian is nonverbal. He doesn't have a lot of sensory issues, I would say. Issues as in like sounds affecting him and needing to cancel out all the noise all the time, or like yeah, just like canceling out noise. So what Christian has is that he likes to touch everything. He likes to put things in his mouth. He likes just engaging his senses. So as soon as we go outside, the first thing that he'll do is like touch the mat. Like he'll get down on the floor and like put his hands on the floor or the mat, or touch the wall, often licking the wall, or just touching things that he shouldn't be touching. So it's always like a grab him by the hand and like pull him, like, no, Christian, don't touch that. No, Christian, don't put that in your mouth. So there's never like a moment where it's, well, I mean, I can't say never, but it's kind of like a always on alert kind of situation for me. So by myself, I always have to be aware of like our surroundings. So a little background on me. I am the kind of mom that babies him in a way. I've always been like that, like, be careful, son, be careful, daughter, don't do this, don't do that. I'm very like cushiony and like I want to protect them. Regardless of his autism diagnosis, I've always been like that. So for me to go out alone with Christian, let's say to a park, I get anxious about even like his safety, like getting on the playground, because I'm not sure. It's like a thing of me. Like, it's not even Christian's problem. It's like my problem, where I'm not sure what he can and can't do, and I don't allow him to explore at times. Like, I know my husband said this to me before. Like, if he gets on, I have to be like that parent that's like right next to him, like, okay, where are you moving? Where are you moving? You know, because I'm like, what if he walks off of it? You know how there's like the little opening where you can either slide down or you could jump down and things like that. I'm like, is he aware? Like, does he know that he shouldn't do that? And the answer is yes. I'm like almost 100% sure that he knows he shouldn't do that. But I'm like, what if he's like running and he like takes a misstep? So these things are kind of like in my head. So it's not even like a Christian's autism thing. It's more like I'm scared of what he might do. So that is in my head. Like, do I want to go to the park knowing that he'll lick things, that he'll kind of like do certain things that he shouldn't do? So like, the way that I see it is you have to kind of like get out of your comfort zone. So like, don't think about yourself, think about like how much fun, like Christian, he's gonna have so much fun if I take him to the park. So I can handle like 30 minutes by myself of like just trying to keep my anxiety of like harm coming his way at bay. Or like, for example, just like little things in general, like going to the grocery store by myself with Christian, it's something that I have to consider, like, do I really need to go? Because if I don't put him in a grocery cart, he'll try to wander away. He'll try to grab a food. He'll grab like a candy and put it in his mouth. Like, even if it's wrapped, like he'll start like trying to bite it, and now I have to buy that candy. Like, I have to make sure like that he's not grabbing every single thing. I have to make sure that I'm holding on to him. Like he'll put his hands on the cart and we could push it together, but he's only okay with that for a little while, and then he wants to run off and like explore, you know? So I have to make sure that it's either he's sitting in the cart with like a snack, or it's like a quick in and out thing, because it is hard to just be by yourself with him in like a grocery store, because he is going to try to touch things, he's going to try to lick things, he's going to try to touch the floor, throw himself on the floor, things like that. It's not crazy behaviors, but it is something that makes me question, do I need to go right now by myself with Christian, or can it wait when they're in school and I can go alone? And I just want to keep it 100% real here. Like, I know that might sound like bad to somebody, but it's just things that go through my mind. The things about this is talking about just like going out in public with my son who is nonverbal and has autism, if that makes sense. So I just pretty much want you to be in my brain and feel and see kind of like my train of thought. So my husband is actually the opposite of me. My husband is always like, let him do his own thing, don't hold his hand. I mean, you have to give him more space and chances to do things. And I am 100%, I agree with that, and I want to, but something in me is like, I need to hold his hand, or like, Christian, don't touch that, you know, like, but we are opposites. And that's good when we're together, because he's that person that tells me like, let him be, or like we tag team. The thing about us is that we go out as a family, and we can go out more because we are together. Thank God we are a team. So if I feel overwhelmed and I need to take a moment for myself, I tap him in, or like we take turns. I can't let him roam, because then he'll see a person with food and he'll try to run and grab the food, and he will grab the food, and then there I go like, I'm so sorry. So I have to like be like one step ahead of him most of the time, and like look at my surroundings and see like, oh, there's popcorn there, he's probably gonna run, and then he starts running, and I like gotta get him in time. Or like he'll run off to like a area where there's stairs, and I have to make sure I keep my eye on him, because he'll run up there, and he's good with going upstairs, but it's okay when he's going down. Like he still needs somebody there to like come give him like that blanket of security, knowing that I'm gonna be there in case he falls. This one time we were sitting a little bit away from the stage, and there was a person on stage singing, and he was playing okay, but then he decided he wanted to go on the stage, so we like ran on the stage, and I felt like if I hadn't ran and caught him at that moment, he would have just kept walking off the stage and fallen. Like he wouldn't have gotten extremely hurt, but like it was like so scary. And that's one of the main reasons why I feel a little bit sometimes like, should we go out? Like I always don't prevent it from making like his autism and his behaviors. I don't prevent it from us doing things, but it makes me sometimes think about it and hesitate. So that's kind of like my thing with going out. You are never really going to be able to relax, and if you can relax, it's because when I relax is when my husband's there, because I know that he has an eye on him, and I can take like 10 minutes and then he'll tag me in, or 30 minutes, or I'll give him a snack and he could sit down with us and hang out. But most of the time it's kind of like you always have to be focused and ready, and parenting, you're always in parent mode. And you think that once they hit a certain age, like Haiti, once she hit like 3 or 4, it's like, of course she can go out and play and she could interact with kids, and of course I'm going to keep my eye on her, but it's not always on your toes moment. With Christian, he's 4, and I always feel like I'm on my toes, on the edge. Like, is he going to grab this snack? Is he going to pull somebody's, is he going to like grab somebody's hand? He does this thing where he's passing by and he'll like graze somebody's butt, you know, I'm like, oh, sorry. So like, and I am never embarrassed of like his behaviors. They're not embarrassing, but like the thing about me is Christian is 4. Technically he's still a young kid, you know, but Christian looks 6. Like I just went to a birth 6 or 7, I don't even know, man. Like I see my kid and like I don't even see how big he is anymore, but sometimes I see old videos and I'm like, whoa, he's grown. So like when we go out, people don't see him as a little 4-year-old. They see him looking like a big kid, like a 6-year-old. He's pretty much as tall as my 7-year-old, and he weighs as much as her. So they see a big boy with behaviors like grabbing my food, running wild, having behaviors, throwing little semi tantrums, licking the floor. So like, I am not embarrassed by those things, you know what I mean? But I don't want people to look at him a certain way, and he understands, you know, like he understands things. So like if somebody's looking at him funny or talking, or even like if he's in the daycare and he's licking things and the kids are like, ew, like I think he understands these things, you know, and it makes me upset. It makes me upset for him to have to deal with people looking at him or like talking bad about him. So I always try to catch the behaviors before they happen. So like, I'm always aware of like, he's gonna wanna touch that, and like, I let him touch it, but I don't, like, not if it's like a bad thing, like if he's gonna lick certain things. God, I don't know if this makes any sense. So the way that we go out is we usually try to be prepared. Like I know that Christian gets angry if he is hungry, so we have to make sure that he's fed. I know Christian seeks sensory things, so like if we have a bag with his sensory toys, that's a good idea. So like just preparing ourselves is a good idea. Not that we always do it, but I know that if I have my headphones, his like sound blocking headphones in my purse now, just in case. I just want my son to not be trapped in the house all day. I know my son loves going out. I know he likes to explore and he has a good time. I don't think it's easy to go out with Christian always. Like sometimes he has no behaviors, sometimes he has a lot of behaviors. You just never know. It could be like so many things that could be affecting him, but I think you just have to push through and go out, you know, like explore the world with your children. Like even traveling, like you never know like I never know if Christian's gonna have a hard time being sitting down in the car for 4 hours or easy time. And if I just let it consume me and be like, no, he's gonna have behaviors, I'm just not gonna go. Like that's no way to live life. You just have to take the risk. Be prepared. That's the main thing. Be prepared with like snacks, favorite things, movies, whatever it is, and just do it, because you're showing your son or daughter that that you are not allowing certain things about his or her autism to prevent you from living life. So you're showing your son or daughter that this is not gonna consume me, this is just gonna be a part of me and we can push past it. So yeah, go out there and live life, and if there's meltdowns, then there's meltdowns, and you can just move, you could just pick up and go. If it's a great day, there you go. You had a great day with your family, and don't feel embarrassed, because behaviors, it's not his or her fault that they just feel like they have to touch something. Just try to teach them. Every opportunity you get, try to teach him or her, you know, we don't touch that. It might seem like they're not paying attention, but they know, you know, they're listening and they're understanding and they're learning. So just go out there and explore the world with your kiddos. Okay, so what I'm trying to discuss is, I guess, you know, when you go out into a public place like a park or grocery store or to a party, you know that there's going to be certain things that might trigger behaviors or like get some looks out of people. And I'm trying to ask, like, do you feel like that prevents you from doing certain things, or have you ever thought about like, maybe I don't want to go to this because it's not as comfortable or as safe as, like, let's say this room, you know, like we could leave Christian here and he could chill and know that he's having fun. Like right now, like I don't want to move the camera because you just said it. Okay, but Christian is literally right there hanging out and he's fine, you know, he's happy and he's in his place. Yeah. And we don't have to worry about what might happen. If we go to a party, I feel like, especially me, I feel like a little stressed and like what's gonna happen and don't touch this, don't run over there. And I want to know if you ever feel that.
Yes, I do feel it. I always take in consideration that he's not aware of the dangers, you know? So we always gotta be on top of where is he, making sure that he doesn't leave through the front door, because
yeah, like for me, like at the party that we went to this weekend, I said no to like the swimming pool there because the swimming bouncer was in the front of the house and that was dangerous, you know? Yeah. Even though he's 4 years old and usually we would leave like Haiti to do it, and we did leave her to do it there, we can't do that for him. But like at the party like a month ago, they had a bouncer with water. I still felt anxious, but it was in the back of the house, so I felt like that was more doable, you know what I mean? Do you ever feel like people staring?
Yes, now that he's getting older and that he looks bigger. Because
he doesn't look like a 4-year-old even,
no,
you know, like
yeah, now
he looks like 6, 7.
Yes, now we're starting to get the stares of like, why is he doing that? He doesn't talk, you know.
Like if people are like, hi, you're so cute, and he's just like ignoring them.
Yeah, and now we're starting to get those stares like, why is he not talking, you know, or
why is he licking them?
Why is he licking, or he still wears diapers? Those, you know, or like, for example, when we go to Target, we sit him on the cart.
Oh yeah.
And people probably are like, why is that?
Because he's like this far away from the floor.
Yeah, why is that big kid on the cart?
Our solution to that should be putting him in the cart though, but he doesn't really like it.
Or even then, like when you go to Target and you get those diapers and wipes, they don't know that it's for him, but I mean, they're probably thinking
Yeah.
that it is for him. Is it for him?
Yeah,
you know?
like it can't be for him. You know, like, so if you like, for example, for Target, our comfort, like our little comfort area, what we stick with is like putting him in the cart because it's easy. If you don't have the Target cart, do you think it's like harder?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I always have to be holding his hand because he's a runner. So
or putting stuff in his mouth.
Yeah, to make it easier for me to go in and out, I have to put him in the cart and then start my shopping.
So like that goes into like grocery shopping. I was telling them earlier that sometimes I think if I have Christian, I think to myself, do I really need to go? Because if I'm alone and I have Christian and I don't want to put him in the cart, there's like no way like to make it like a quick, easy shopping trip because I'll have to hold on to him. I have to make sure he doesn't run and grab the banana, you know? So like, do you do that too? Do you like think, do I really need to go if it's you by yourself?
Sometimes yes, but I also think of I don't want to be selfish and not let him enjoy
life.
Yeah,
outside of the house.
I don't want to be like I'm pretty much canceling him out to exploring, and I don't want to do that. I want to let him run and grab a toy. I remember when I was a kid and I wanted to go to the toy section. I want him to do that as well. I don't want to just be holding him and holding his hand. I want him to go and explore. In
a way, when we stop him from doing these things, it's not like because like it's his fault. It's more like it was easier for us, and in a way it is selfish in a way, like because it's like harder for you. Like with the park, you know how I always tell you, like I don't know if I want to go to the park by myself because I'm always scared that this and that's gonna happen, but that's not his problem. Like he just wants to roam and be a kid. My problem is like me, my anxiousness of like, is he gonna fall? Is he gonna do this? Is he gonna lick that? That's like me holding myself back and preventing him. Oh.
Besito.
I build it up in my head, like, oh, this is gonna happen, and if I do this, it's gonna be hard for me, and this and that. But I was telling them earlier that you make it easier for me. Like, what can you say to parents to try to like let their kids be out in public and like not let the behaviors like take control of all the situations?
That's a tough question.
But I feel like we kind of do it because we go to vacations, even though like technically like, do we think there might be some stuff that happens during the 4-hour trip in the car? Yeah, right? Like we're like, that he might get anxious, he wants to go out, he might not want to sit still, but we still do it, right? Yes. What makes you want to do it?
I just want him to live his childhood like a regular kid. You know, I don't want to have, just because he has a disability, to define his childhood or his person as being, you know? And like I said earlier, I don't want to be selfish and keep him like tied down. So I want him to live.
It's more take yourself out of your comfort zone and just go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's pretty much what it is. Because he doesn't know that it's like, it's gonna, like, he knows, you could say, but like it's not 100% there that like if I put the sand in my mouth, it's gonna make the day hard for mom and dad. Like he's not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, he's not. But what he's just being a kid.
Yeah, so he's to a different level in a way, you know, because we could tell he don't put it in your mouth and that'll be it, you know. Like it's not like we have to repeat it, but
I would say in my situation, how I do things is just go with the flow, you know, like the sand thing. I'm going back to the sand thing. It could just lead to like the videos that we've done before, where doing a sandcastle or we're burying him in the sand, and it's just one thing leads to another, and at the end of the day, you look back and
great memories.
You think like, wow, it was an awesome day, you know. And it all starts because of that first step, just letting go and rolling with the flow, and that's my advice. Just go with it, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're living life, you know. You can't be predicting. You can't be like predicting and preventing. It's just go with it.
You can't close yourself off and assume that things are gonna go bad.
Yeah, because I mean, we never, like, that's how life is. You never know what's coming your way, you know. So just go with the flow.
When we're out in public, do you ever feel embarrassed?
What do you mean?
Like because he throws himself on the floor. Do you ever feel embarrassed, like if people are staring, or what is your feeling when like the situation is a little bit out of control?
No, he's still a kid. No, I don't feel embarrassed.
Do you ever feel like, not pissed, but like, I don't want people to look at him in an odd way. Like, I don't want people to, I don't want him to feel like those eyes on him. You know what I mean?
Yes. At the same time, I'm like, I don't really care. You know, that's how I feel. If they're looking, if they're not looking, I'm just minding my own business. And I just care for how he feels at that time. You know, there's so many things that are going on, and I want to find out why he's upset, or if he's hungry, or if he's trying to tell me something. Look what I found, guys. Look what I found. Well, I want to give you some advice. I want to tell you to not worry about what others are thinking.
I don't worry to the like, oh my god, what are people thinking? I'm telling you, like, my rawest, deepest feeling of like, it'll cross my mind, but I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to like change him or like hold him tight. Sometimes it crosses my mind, and sometimes I will hold his hand if he's like being like extra aggressive and pushy. But I just think in my mind, like, I want to protect him. I don't want anybody to like look at him dirty. I don't want anything to, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the person that's gonna try to control his stims all the time, but like when we're in an elevator and there's like 5 people and he's over here trying to like do this and this and that, that's when I'm gonna calm him down, you know?
Hello everybody, my name's Luda, and I'm here rocking the spectrum. Hey! So let us know some of your guys' experience, and we'll be trying to answer some questions. And
tell this guy right here to be in the videos more often, because we like Dad's point of view. It's different than mine. Heck yeah.
Nice.
Alright.
Alrighty guys.
Peace out.
Rocking the spectrum.